All right, everybody, I have a treat for you today. This is a 1994 Toyota Land Cruiser, and it is mint, California born and raised. So it is May, and I've been kind of quiet on the YouTube front, but I will have a series of videos coming out. Some of them Land Cruisers for sale, a 200, this 80, and two other 80s. But I'm starting with this one because it is the creme de la creme of 80 series. Not mine, I do not own this. This is actually a friend of mine, Jay Perkins. He owns several Land Cruisers. He was on my podcast about a year ago, and he, at the time, had bought an LX 450, which he still owns. It is like a time capsule 24,000 mile LX 450, and he fell subsequently in love with Toyotas and the solid axles. He's from the Bronco world, but old school Broncos, solid axles. Fell in love with this because they just don't make them like this anymore. Look at this. Let's see the reason why, what makes an 80 series so special. The engineering, built to last 25 years, but not on normal roads like we have here in the US, on third world country roads, unpaved bumps, crevices, ditches, you name it. This truck is built to last. So when you're crawling around in the good old United States of America with paved roads, these things are gonna last forever. The best solid axles that aren't aftermarket, like from OEM, the best. So let's get to it. Subscribe if you like Land Cruisers and you want to see those other ones coming up. Plus, subscribe because I will, at the end of this video, I'm sharing my detail secrets of what I did to this beautiful rig. Some new products that I've tested, and they have trumped all the other detailing products I've ever used. As far as trim, as far as paint protection, it's the best of the best. And I'll have some links where you can save money on those products. All right, let's get to it. This is, I'll have to check the odometer. We're gonna go for a ride. It's 170,000 miles, give or take. So in my book, that's low miles. And on a Land Cruiser, when you find one that's super low miles, the question is, all right, I'd prefer one that got consistent, like 10,000 miles a year. Well, 10,000 miles, that puts you at what? When these are this is 30 years old, that puts you at 300,000 miles. So this got 5,000 miles a year consistent. So 5,000, think about it. Do you drive your own daily 5,000? Hell no. So 170,000 miles on a 24-year-old vehicle is super low. Now you're probably wondering, why does this 80 series look so sexy? 37-inch. These are brand new. If I get up close, I think we still see the little nibs on them. So brand new tires. I saw the nibs when I was detailing this on one of them. 37s. So when you do 37s, you got to regear. So when you make it beautiful like this, you start going down the rabbit hole as far as investing more money. So this has got regeared 529s. And again, we looked underneath just a minute ago. Let's look at that frame. So Dobinson, that's brand spanking new, brand new suspension, brand new lower control arms, brand new, it's got the, the timber bump stops. It's got, everything is done on this. There we go, good old Dobinsons, and that's a dual rate, so it's gonna give you utmost in comfort, the dual rate. Oh, I got a neighbor coming home. I should get out of the way. And see, brand new. Lower control arms, adjustable, all brand new. Let's look at the back. Look at that, California, folks. So the Panhard rod, adjustable, that's brand new. So lower, upper, everything, full suspension kit, and that's putting it up. I believe this is a 4-inch lift, which you're gonna need when you do 37. So that's why the stance is beautiful. It just looks right. Park this beside a even a Land Cruiser with 33s and a 2-inch lift, this looks like daddy. This is the big one. This is the final boss in the video game, you know. You're gonna battle some other Land Cruisers, but when you get to the final, this is the boss. Final boss you must beat to win the game. The armor is, let me see up front. I was gonna say ARB, but I think it's a Dobinson. So Dobinson, no, ARB, I'm sorry. ARB up front, ARB lights. Winch is a Warren winch, and synthetic. And it's the 9.5, plenty for this rig. You can tell it's a 94 because Toyota is spelt out versus the sombrero. Emerald green. Now look at that paint shine. That paint is beautiful. This is a repaint as all emerald green, night shadow, all those color Land Cruisers except for the white ones, which were single stage. They're all going to be repaints, and if they're not, you're going to end up repainting it at one point, because for some reason back in the 90s, Toyota and a lot of car manufacturers, their clear coats would fail. Now the midnight, not the midnight, I want to say midnight because this is so dark. Look how it looks black. So in the shade, even on a full sunny day, we're on the shade side, the sun's not hitting this side, so it looks black, doesn't it? It's so dark. So the emerald green, or dark emerald green, is beautiful. And let's take a look at the roof. There's no roof rack, clean roof, does have the sunroof. So I would think the only thing this truck needs, because it's got everything else you're about to see as we open it up, is a roof rack. And I would put the rugged bound, would look sick on this. If you're interested in rugged bound, I rep them here on the West Coast. I can hook you up, I can help you install, all that good stuff. All right, right down to when I was washing this. I'm just gonna do it to one. The wheels are brand new, right? So as you can see, oh, it's like popping a pimple. Look at that. It's brand new. Sorry. I know someone else is going to want to, whoever buys is going to want to do it. You can do that on the other 4 because it's got the 5th wheel spare. Yeah, look at that. Okay, the armor. This is CruiserTech out of Southern California. I work with them too. So if you're interested, I can put you in direct contact with the owner. I got another car to contend here with. So I can put you in touch with the owner for the rear bumper, the sliders. They got their cool logo on it. Sliders are badass, as heavy duty as it gets. They do make a front rail bar. You have to have it installed there because it's a little bit of custom tweaking, which goes to their slider or potentially any other aftermarket slider. And typically when you do the front bar, it's to their AOE that I have on Otis. If you know me, that's my keeper. So it typically goes with the AOE, but this is an ARB possible, but you would have to bring it into their shop. There's some custom work to be done. Yeah, those black Rhino, those are just look so right on this rig. And then right down to like no expense spared, right? This is new. This is brand new. This has not even been wheeled. I'm in Southern California where this got built. The owner is in Ohio. Intensity, brand new ARB lights. Brand new winch, never used. Brand new tires. Well, obviously they're slightly used. They had to drive about a couple 100 miles to get around. The whole suspension, brand new. Let's now look at the interior. Yeah, it reflects the same as the exterior. So not original seats. No seats would look like this original in a Land Cruiser unless it was put in a time capsule. So the seats, the upholstery is phenomenal. The headliner, sunroof works. We'll see when we drive. I don't remember if the D-light, these are like little things. Oh yeah, what's our miles? 175, 777. Look at that, lucky 777. Who's gonna be the lucky person to own this? No cracks on this. This looks like, to me, it's been refinished. Could be original. I know 95 is a lot better. The 94, it extends a little bit here. Your center locker button right there. Oh yeah, The question of the hour, of course, is triple locked, folks. This rig is built triple locked, a nice brand new double din. So the interior is flawless, right down to the WeatherTechs, right? That's the way to go. You got a Land Cruiser, get yourself some WeatherTechs. This is to cover the visor up front to keep that dash and everything looking sweet. The WeatherTech rear, and there is no WeatherTech in the back, unfortunately, and I'll show you why. The rear here is built on the 4x4 base, and then this upper part is CruiserTech. So let me know if you want one. I'll get you in touch with them, get you one ordered, even if you're out of state. You don't have to be in California. That stuff can be installed by anybody. Here's why there is no WeatherTech in the back, because you don't need it. Dobinson, that's what I was thinking, Dobinson, when I was talking about the front bumper. I knew there was something on this truck that's Dobinson. So, Dobinson drawers, nice and clean. You got hook anchor points. Same thing on this side. You know, the only other thing I do different is put rugged bound. See how far this comes out? I should show you my 80 series. My 80 series probably comes out to about here, at least another foot, and goes back all the way to the seats. And here's why. Dobinson makes like a small, medium, large, and they do these fit kits. So you're kind of wasting your drawer space. This drawer could be further out, and it could be further to the seats. You can maximize more. Anyhow, they're new, they're in there, they're great. But if I was starting a build from scratch, rugged bound is the way to go. Same thing with the roof rack. But look at that. I mean, it's just super clean throughout this whole truck. And I've been driving it. It drives amazing. Again, if I hadn't mentioned, 529s, so regeared. You got to do it when you go 37s. You can get away with the original gearing when you have 35s if you're not at altitude, but the higher you go, like Colorado, you are going to want to have regearing, even on 35s. I'm at sea level for the most part in Southern California, so I can get away with it. Look at that green pop, like the metallic in the paint. When the sun hits it, it just pops. And when it's in the shade, you'd swear this truck is black. And you know, one hand, Dobinson did a good job here. See, click. So you know the wife's not going to complain having to open this if it's the grocery getter on the weekend. But try to limit your grocery getting in this truck. Take it on the trail. This is what it's meant to do. One last little walk around. I love the factory tint on these trucks. It's got that little bit of mirror to it. And again, the stance is just so nice. Oh yeah, price. We're gonna get to it. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Let's just pop the hood. Take a look. And voila. You know, when these trucks were new, these were in the mid 50s. And if you take that from 1994, what else? What did you expect? Look at this. Super clean. Oh yeah. But this is how Jay likes his trucks. They have to be gone through, done right. And you'll see when I go over price what he's got into this, you will be getting a bit of a discount. And I'll explain why. He's building another truck, a 60 series with an LS swap. He's got 4 80 series, so he reluctantly had to sell one. Who needs 4 Lang 80 series, right? I only have 3, so 4's too much. Come on, Jay. That's too many vehicles, or too many of one model. Share with us, would you? And the exhaust, if I'm not mistaken, is a Borla. It does have a nice sound to it. Let's get around to this side. There we go. Yeah, you'll hear it's got a great sound. There's your upper control arm back there, your lower control arms, all brand new. Little skid plate in front of it for protection. Dobinson thought of it all. They know lifts. And if you're doing a Dobinson lift, I know the boys over there too, so I can put you in touch with the right people and do your lift right. I've got a lift, an Icon, and I had to put Dobinson springs in the back because Icon does not do heavy duty springs when you start adding a 5th tire carrier, steel bumper, drawers, all of that stuff. Look at that hood. Look at that shine. Mes amis. Okay. You know, always look up here too. This is super clean. Well, it's so high I can barely reach the top of that hood. Okay, what do you say we go for a drive? See how she goes. Oh, seats work, so power seats, everything. That's another thing. Sometimes they don't. All right, we are in the Cruiser, transporting back to the mid-90s. AC blows cold, but I'm going to turn that down. So let's take a listen. It's got a nice sound. The D-work light. The D-light works, I should say. So that's always cool. All right. Yeah, what could I say? It drives awesome. And the gearing, be honest, this is my first time driving a 529 geared cruiser. The gearing is perfect. My orange light is on. I need gas. So I'm not gonna go too far. I should go straight to the gas station. When that light goes on, start looking for your gas station, folks. There's the double din. Honestly, I haven't listened to the radio in this because I was too interested in listening to the exhaust, just driving it. It just drives so well. There's that front dash, your view. I love that you can just see the top of the lights, kind of like Mickey Mouse style, of the top of the ears of the Intensity ARBs. And those are phenomenal lights. You know, Baja's design's top of the game, so is the ARB Intensity. So we'll just go down the street and then I'll finally get to the price. You're all waiting for that. I know. You know, in the market these days, to get a non-built, super clean Land Cruiser, you're looking at the 30s now. A lot of the ones I sell are, 30, 33 range, with very mild builds or builds that have been done a while ago, ARB, Old Man Emu. All right, let's just put her through her paces. Yeah, just the right amount of throaty exhaust. I like it. Sounds great. And by the way, when I picked up this truck to bring home, detail and all, picked it up at CruiserTech actually, because that's who did the whole build for Jay. Down the highway, 80 miles an hour, no problem. So here we are in a incredibly built 30-year-old vehicle that just keeps up to California flow of traffic on the highways, which is pretty much 80 miles an hour, like a charm. And the exhaust, when you go big like this, it's got like a, how do you describe it? It's not like a track feel like a Porsche, you're on rails. It's got a little bit of a springy, softer feel, which I love. I actually love it. Got that same feel in my Icon. Let's see if you can feel it with me here on the turn. So as we do the turn, look at the front end dip. Right? It's got the dip, and watch it come back. Whoop. Back we go. You know what I mean? So it's not like a sway bar is holding it stiff. It's a little loose, but you're planted on the road on all fours. Don't get me wrong. It's just that's how a 4-inch lift feels. It's awesome. You love it. And you're king of the road here. You're sitting up high. Look how high I am. But yeah, when you, this car has all the receipts, everything that was put into it. So California, clean frame, you saw that. Frame's phenomenal. That's really where you want to start. Like some people, oh, I found a deal, you know, and they're buying it out of Michigan. Yeah, Land Cruisers don't do so well with salt, my friends. So that's kind of, you got to be careful. Just be careful. Start with good bones. And sometimes someone's like, you know, pinching the pennies, like, oh, it's $5,000 difference. Yeah, go get a price on redoing a whole new frame. Got to take the body out, which this is body on frame build, so lucky for that. But when you have to change your whole frame, it's the labor. It's going to cost you way more than the $5,000 that you were balking at, you know, price wise. All right, let me just get in my gate here. Okay, it let us in. So we'll get her parked, and I'll go over the pricing. Again, this is not your bargain hunter's Land Cruiser. This one's done, it's built. And if you've never built a car before, people think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna do this and that and the other. Well, count on months if every part you're buying is on the shelf. So count that's gonna take you time to do. It's not done overnight. Okay, so this is built, this is ready to go. You're ready to hit the trail, you're ready to go cross country, you're ready to go for till your next oil change, suspension, tires, it's all done. Done, and done. Oh, Toyota people, avert your eyes. Do not look at that Jeep. All right. I'll have a video on the detailing of this vehicle, and the same products were used on that Jeep, which are phenomenal products. Okay, now that I can get out of the car and focus on what the price is. So this vehicle can be yours. I'll just come right out and tell you the price. It's $57,900. So how do you get to $57,900? I know how much my friend paid for this truck. I know how much he put into it, and you'll have receipts. And this has all been done in the last 10 or so months, 12 months maybe. So he bought this clean example of a Land Cruiser, not built like this, just kind of like a mom mall crawler, you know, bring the kids to soccer and all, paid 30 grand. So 30 grand, you know, plus licensing and tax and all that good stuff. And he put 35,000 bucks. So this truck, as it sits, is 65 grand. Think about it. You go to King Chariot, they'd have this at 80,000. You go to CruiserTech, they'd have this at 90,000 or more. This, because you're going direct to the owner and you're at Cruising the Land, where, you know, I keep the prices real. And my buddy, he wanted more. And I said, look, if you want to have this sold, May is a great time. People are getting ready for the summer and get a truck, go on a trip, do something adventurous, and this is the vehicle to do it in. Now's the time. And if you're doing your 60 series LS engine swap, well, this is what's going to help finance it for you. So $57,900. If you're out of state, I can definitely put you in touch with a transportation company. Some people are like, oh, transport, it's going to be like $3,000-4,000. No, shipping this, let's just say to Georgia, for instance, would be like $1,400, maybe 15, maybe 13. So it's not as expensive as people think. Because this very well might not stay in California. It might go out of state. Who knows? A lot of people in other states, you know, they're looking locally, and unfortunately, if they're in the salt belt, they just keep seeing rusted examples of 80s, and I get it. This is California. This is clean. Let's just look at the frame right here. You know, and that's dirty, right? That's a new piece, an extension for the suspension. So that I've polished those pieces when the wheel's off, and it comes back like black as the sliders you see here, like a satin color. So yeah, he paid 30 plus, you know, registration, tax, put 35. The receipts will be available for whoever buys this. They can have all the receipts. It's all brand new, proofs in the pudding. So you're getting a $65,000 vehicle for $57,900. You're getting discounted. And if you were to build one yourself, you first of all have to find a clean example of an 80 series, and then you got to live through the pain, the time, the energy, because it took months to build this. Months and months. Brand new suspension, brand new Dobinson, brand new muffler, brand new rear bumper, all CruiserTech, ARB up front, brand new tires, sliders if I didn't say so already, and the engine, everything baselined. So as you could see, that engine is in absolute stunning condition. All receipts, everything. Seats redone. That's part of the build. At 30 grand, the seats weren't like that. That required work. So, you know, bringing it to the upholstery shop, doing this, doing that, making all the contacts. Trust me, I know. I've been building this since November. I'll have a full video on my 200 series. This just takes time. So this is, you know, here's the keys. Take it. It's yours. Take it for a ride. So you can contact me. I told Jay, who's a busy guy, that I will field calls. So if you're interested, you can message me at cruisingtheland@gmail.com. And, you know, if you're not just kicking tires, if you're serious, then I will put you in touch with Jay himself, and you guys can finalize the deal. But there she is, $57,900. Stay tuned. If that's way out of your budget, sure, I'll have one emerald green like this, mine, that will be at 30. But I'll tell you, it ain't built quite like this one. This one is pretty special. And there'll be two white ones coming up in the mid 30s. But again, you put them side by side, I can tell you exactly why one's priced one way and why one's priced the other. It is 100% all reasoning behind it, and all has to do with the aftermarket parts. So thank you for letting me bend your ear. The products that I use, I'll put a link to Amazon. I'll put a link to my other videos. I put like the black trim detailer all over this truck. This truck, the previous owner can't believe how awesome his truck looks now. It really does look amazing. So it's all about your pride, keeping your vehicle clean, and this definitely is one of those. Whoever gets this, you will be getting looks, and people will stop, and you will stop at the gas station, ask you questions. And this is like fine wine, folks. The 80 series will just keep getting better and better, while all our future cars keep getting duller and boring and hybrid, and you can't tell the difference between a Toyota, a Nissan, a Mitsubishi. Do they even make those? Kia, Hyundai, they all start to look the same. Nothing looks like an 80 except for an 80. My favorite SUV. All right, so happy trails. Stay tuned for some of the other vehicles, but this one is one of a kind, and it won't last long. Last couple times, I know I keep going on, right? Jamie, shut up. Last two vehicles I put up sold in the first 24 hours. That Night Shadow and that last white one, triple locked, that I had. And again, triple locked, 30% of Land Cruisers are triple locked. You could always add ARB down the line, but that's going to cost you about $4 grand to put air lockers. So this has already got it. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I promise I'm really signing off now, and this vehicle will go to a very, very happy home. All right, happy trails.